Hi everyone, I am going to show you how to use COM component by using create update function in QTP. So as we are having some basic knowledge on the QTP, we can use create object function on the Excel, Outlook, Word, the file system, all these existing COM components. You can create an object and you can access the methods. Here I am giving a sample. I am using a create object function. When I use Excel data application, this is going to create one object Excel by using the create object function on this COM component. What is this COM component? It is a namespace. Excel is a namespace. Application is a function. So this is the code. It might be in the backend, it may be in the VB6 or VB.NET or in the C#. Doesn't matter, but it is a DLL. So once you have a DLL with you, you can register that into your machine. So once you register that into your machine, the location we call that as a GAC. So in that GAC we registered a COM component, a DLL, so that namespace, the functions, the classes can be accessed in the VB script. So this is not specifically only for the QTP, this can be used in the pure VB script. So here QTP giving you the intelligence feature in the latest versions. In the previous versions that was not there, but if we go to the Excel and try to create some macros, there you can see the all intelligence on the methods available under that COM component. So now we are talking about the VB script and QTP, so I'm not going to touch Excel and show you the macros. So here just I wanna show you that QTP is giving you intelligence. This is a very good feature in the latest versions, so that you can create your customized COM components in any your known language and register in your machine and access the methods. The advantages is here the code inside the DLL is already compiled. The performance would be maximum comparatively to the VB script what you developed. For example, I'm going to write some code for addition in the VB script. How can you write a code for addition? You'll write a function. I'm going to show you here like this. Function addition, you are passing arguments, output arguments. After that you are going to return by using some arithmetic logic. So here, as it is a VB script is an interpreter language. When you start execution, it is going to compile in the backend and then it is going to execute when you call the function. But coming to the COM component, the code which is already there in the DLL work already compiled by the C#, the Visual Studio on the .NET framework, that is keeping already in the DLL and it is registered in the machine. It is ready to use. So here every time when you start execution, it is not going to compile the code what you developed in the backend in the DLL. So the execution speed and the performance and the issues if you face issues your the reliability of the code will be maximum by using the DLLs. So here so far I am explaining about the Excel. It is giving the lot of methods and the public variables what I have declared there. Directly I am seeing here in the QTP. Now I wanna create one customized DLL and use that in my QTP. So for that one you need Visual Studio. Here in Visual Studio I have created one solution called COM for QTP. Here I am having already two created projects, but I want to go with the new one. I will create one new project here. We can go with the class library, that is, I give this arithmetic, and this location you can change it. I am going to create this class library under Visual C Sharp because my code is developed on C Sharp. Under Windows desktop you can select the class library. Here I can give the project name and location, click on OK. It is going to add under the solution. I am making this as a set as a startup project. Here I have nothing code. I am going to create some code I have already developed. So here it is showing that visible com visible is some error, so we need we have to import the classes. So I have to register, so I have to use import this interop services, then I can use com visible as true with during runtime. So this is just a template, so I can remove this number. So here the name of the namespace is arithmetic. I'm having two classes, my math and my maths. Here I'm having methods called add, subtract, add and subtract. For differentiation I am changing these names for the addition and subtraction. So my code is fine now and there is no errors. So here I have to build this. Build is successful and path is displayed here. Just copy the path, open command prompt in admin access. Remember, you have to run command prompt with the admin rights. Here you have to register the DLL what you have created. We have to use .NET framework to register under GAC by using the registerassembly.exe command. That will be available under .NET. Here we are having two things, framework and framework 64. Framework 64 is nothing but if your applications, like I am using Visual Studio and QTP, both are running on 32-bit but my OS is 64-bit. Doesn't matter what is the OS is running on. My OS is 64-bit but my softwares like UFT and Visual Studio both are 32-bit. So you have to register the DLL using 32-bit framework only, because you are using these methods with 32-bit software, that is UFT. This is 32-bit software. If I want to go with the 64-bit, we are having another method called create object 64. So far we are not using 64-bit software. I am continuing with the 32-bit software. So I have to register here for the version 4.0. So number is there. Just a second, let me remind 30319. Sorry, CD version 4.0.30319. Under that I am going to register. I know the path, I already copied, I paste it here. The code base I have to register. See here, the types registered successfully. Now I'm going to try access of this method. What is this Excel? Excel is a namespace under the C sharp what I have created, and this is the class name. So I create new object. The namespace name is arithmetic dot my math class. See here, it is not giving intelligence now because the QTP was already opened while you are registering. So make sure that your UFT should not be opened when you are registering at DLL. So I'm going to save the test and close UFT. I have to reopen UFT now. So I have reopened QTP, and now I found that I by mistake spelling is wrong here, arithmetic. So I replaced that and go ahead and see the intelligence. If you observe here, the methods what I have created here, add, subtract, is there. So when I build this so build this project, the DLL created based on the code what I have developed. So this method I can directly access from the QTP. So now we are having another class called mymaths. We'll look into that. See here, based on the namespace and based on the class, the methods will be displayed here. I'm going to use I'm executing that now. Here the output is. So here the code I not developed, but in the back end it's already compiled code is available. So every time when you execute, just it is accessing the object with the methods already there and the code what is there. Definitely you can't put any wrong code in the methods, because when it is compiling it will throw errors and you have to make sure all the code is working good, then only it will allow you to build the project. So now I'm going to add or update methods in the Visual Studio. I'm going to add so here I created another method called division. So if I completed any method addition here in the project, directly going to the QTP and trying to access that, it won't be displayed here because that was the code available in Visual Studio that is not even built, that is not even registered. So now we build the project and see. The build started, it is taking time and it is throwing errors on the warnings because the UFT is opened and object got created for the specific namespace on the class. So now I just save the test and close the QTP. We try it once again. See, immediately when I close the QTP, no object is accessing from that DLL. So this is successfully completed the build. So now I go and open UFT and check whether I can able to access added method or not. Here QTP is ready. So now I am going to the same test and see whether I can able to access the added method. Yes, see, it is coming directly here. What it meant is one time registering DLL into the registry GAC is enough. After that, whatever you do changes with that project and with that DLL, that is going to be implemented directly. For example, I'm having the DLL, this DLL under particular folder. So I used the same path and I registered this into the GAC. So whatever changes I do with this project and I complete the build, that will be directly applicable here. But if I copy this DLL and shared with team and keeping in the shared location and asking to register in their machines, the project path may not be the same. So always make sure that the project path DLL or the shared DLL are registered properly or not. If it is shared, it is apart from the project. Make sure that you have to register that every change. For every change you have to register explicitly. Otherwise, if the project and the DLL both are linked, no need of registering again and again. Just building is enough. I hope you got it. If you have any questions, send mail to bfakhruddin@gmail.com. So here just we see how division works. First addition, next division. So both are working good. So if you have any questions, please send me mail to this and visit www.qtptesters.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.